Gibson, who said that the future is already here, just unevenly distributed. He said the future is already here, but it's unevenly distributed. And when I think about that, it brings to mind a thought experiment. If I was to go back to 1996 and say, how will Ghana be like in 20 years, which is today, what will be dramatically different? Well, we will still be talking about energy crisis, because 1996 we had the first indication that we're going to have a major energy crisis, and in 97, 98, the energy system nearly collapsed. We will certainly be talking about academic research fees at the university, because I remember that very well. I was in that demonstration. So there are aspects of our society that is not evolving very fast. And there are aspects of our society that can be passed by the change. There are, however, like Patrick and Kofi has already said, a number of trends that you can extrapolate that are already evident in the way that our society is structured. One of those that I see very strongly is the fact that every company will become a technology company, by which I mean that it will emphasize efficiency and productivity above almost everything else. Now, one of the fundamental challenges that we have in corporate Ghana, as I have seen it, and for many years as an outsider looking in, has been the unfortunately low stature of technologists. So once we did a survey of the Ghana Club 100, which has become, something like an S&P 500 for us, top blue chip companies in Ghana, and not a single one of them at board level had anybody with an IT background. That was quite phenomenal to learn. We also did some surveys in the banking sector and realized that for the vast majority of bankers in Ghana today, information security is almost non-existent as a formal discipline within the bank. So you have increasing incidents where people will, typically when tenant people or contractors will hack into the system or will carry a couple of, dubious activities using the company's banking system. And most of the people at the strategy table in the boardroom, thinking strategically, have absolutely no insight into the technological underpinning of their business model. So they don't even understand how the technologies that actually power their banking system works, whether it's FlexCube or whatever it is that nowadays they are using. And increasingly, you don't have a CIO, not increasingly, what you used to observe was that you had no CIO function at the top table. And this will be the case if you go to Cocoa Board, if you go to VRA, go elsewhere, that there's understanding is that the IT person should be in the basement. There's the boys in t-shirts. When you have issues, you call them up the boardroom, why? And then you walk back down. But the idea of IT as a strategic function of the business is not there. And my view is that going forward, that will dramatically change, but it will change under pressure. The second thing that I also observe, and making the point that we are extrapolating, is deformalization is going to intensify. Unless we have dramatic changes in the economy, most people are going to stop running formal businesses. By which I mean that the benefits of being a limited liability company, having a board, subjecting yourself to all that governance, is going to be increasingly unattractive. So you're going to have a lot more freelancers. Your employees are going to be doing 3 jobs. You're going to struggle very hard to keep an employee focused and loyal to your brand. You're going to see instances where informal network of businesses rise to become the dominant suppliers to businesses. So some of these people will also become your competitors. And some industries are already more or less going extinct in Ghana. You will struggle to find a blue chip design company, a company that does branding, of material branding, for instance, like leaflets and outdoor design and the rest. You will struggle to find a formal business of more than 50 people run a business like that. Because increasingly freelancers who can, fly over to China, bring some stuff, are competing with them, and they are delivering services to the top 10, top 100 companies in Ghana, and these companies are comfortable dealing with them. So increasingly, you're going to have a situation where informal networks, sole proprietorships, one-man businesses, rather than decline, will increase in number. Part of that is fueled by the third trend, which I wanted to mention quickly. I know my time is over. which is the talent wars, which we have not experienced. By now, people, there was a time 5 years ago where everybody thought we were on that path. The banks were poaching staff from other banks. The telcos were, doubling the salaries that other employees in other telcos were earning. And we thought we were finally on the path of talent war. That did not happen because of the deformalization trend, but partly also because the economy obviously tanked. But the key point you have to realize is that in 1970, there were 9,300 secondary students. That's the number of students who actually had a secondary education. Today, the total enrollment in universities is almost 400,000. So expect next year a graduate population for that year alone of 100,000 fresh graduates. The number of people applying for master's and doctoral programs are increasing by a combined 70% per annum over the last five years. No people are applying for doctoral and master's programs. Actually, for postgraduate diplomas, more females are applying for science-based programs than male students. There are creative trends in higher education. In 5 to 10 years, everybody will have a degree, possibly. Now, one of the things that is going to emerge is that the sheer size of the talent pool and the lack of a proper HR function in businesses will mean we can't hire anymore properly, or easily at least. So perhaps outsourcing will become more effective. But one of the challenges that I perceive is increasing people who just simply rely on informal providers of services than try and do things in-house. So these are 3 trends that I see, and if in the course of the conversation if there's interest, I will elaborate.
Thank you very much.